Welcome back to Beemer Fam. You guys join me inside of my BMW M4 G82. As you can see, just cruising around in this thing with the 6-speed manual. It's just so much fun. It feels like a very unique car. And that's why I bought it. I really believed when these cars came out, sure, the front end was pretty horrendous looking for most people's taste. That being said, the fact that BMW M still released a car, a coupe at that, an M3 and M4 that comes with a 6-speed manual transmission, over 500 horsepower, carbon fiber bucket seats as an option, and all this technology inside this cabin and the overall build quality that the G generation offers, I knew that this was really going to be one of the last true M cars. A lot of people say that era has gone. A lot of people say there are no more true M cars, but I disagree. I believe in 10 to 15 years time, maybe even not that long, we're going to realize how special the G80 generation is. They have officially stated that this generation of M car will be the last M car with a manual transmission. So I figured, why not take it upon myself to try and create what I think is going to be the last perfect BMW M car. So the first thing I had to do was change the front end design on this car. I knew they were going to make smaller grills that favored the OEM 3.0CSL homage. As soon as I bought this car, I did come across a company that was just getting started, just releasing the front end kit that you guys are seeing now on this car. Obviously, this is a fully custom kit, meaning that this kit does not come on any factory or OEM car. But that being said, there's so much inspiration from multiple BMW M cars with this kit. It's actually pretty cool to me. So starting off with the fenders, you can see the fenders is partially carbon fiber, and this kit is actually available in full carbon fiber, believe it or not. But we went with a partial carbon fiber, meaning that the carbon fiber that you actually see right here is not a separate piece away from the whole body of the car. So it's all one piece. So when we wrapped this, we had to get real precise with these cuts, because underneath is, I believe, fiberglass or just some regular material. But that being said, I want you guys to focus on this big carbon piece right here on the fender. So this big bar is actually reminiscent from the original 3.0 CSL, which has that black bar there. Now on the 3.0 CSL homage, which is the modern day $1.3 million car, they actually implemented that same bar here that you see on this car, and it is full carbon fiber. Now this kit actually made it more aggressive and just added louvers inside the fenders, which a lot of people love on these M cars. And then same with this side badge right here is actually paying homage to the 3.0 CSL homage car, again the $1.3 million one, the newer one. Just the whole fenders kit is very similar to the OEM homage car. And then as we come along to the front bumper, you can see that they match the same design from the OEM hood seamlessly. But then again, we do actually get smaller grills, actually more aggressive grills in my opinion. And these are the same grills, almost identical to the 3.0 CSL homage car. In my opinion, these grills actually look a little bit better as far as the shape, but I do kind of like the mesh and grill itself on the homage car better than this kit. With that being said, I already talked to the manufacturers of this kit, and they explained to me how difficult it was to kind of make their own grill given the materials they have. And these are actually 3D printed grills, like 100% 3D printed. Even though it was 3D printed, apparently it was extremely difficult to get it to this stage right here. But nevertheless, this whole section right here, the grills, is almost identical from the 3.0 CSL homage. They kind of designed everything else around these two grills right here. But what I also like is they kept the same airflow, air ducts, the same design from the 3.0 CSL homage, how it is flat in the middle and kind of curves up almost like a smile. Now it's more aggressive, it's more profound, this design piece right here on this bumper than the homage, but you can still see on the homage it is still flat here and then slightly comes up to the edge. They just again made it more profound on this bumper. And down here, just like the newer CSL homage car, it's full carbon fiber, You even still get some of the same design from the 3.0 CSL homage, which is awesome. But with that being said, I have seen there's a lot of controversy about this front end kit on Instagram and YouTube. And in my humble opinion, I think most of that controversy comes from this area right here. It's not the actual grills and this lower piece right here. I think it's this kind of area right here where you'll see in the actual original homage car, it's pretty flat in this area, and then just put one circle to pay homage to the original 3.0 CSL. But with this car, they took pieces from like right here, comes straight from the BMW M2 F87, and then this area they kind of worked the area, kind of made it similar to the homage by putting a hole underneath the M2 piece. It does get a little big and flat over in this area as well. Knowing the logic behind this kit, you can see they definitely got the grills right. They definitely got this lower piece area right, the little smile that I was talking about. They got the carbon fiber pieces right. And given the logic that they were going with and not making it exactly like the 3.0 CSL homage and kind of making it more M inspired, I really do think they made the right move by putting that same fin from the M2. And they still have functional air cooling back here for airflow going into the brake well. So it's still a functional kit. It looks really good, but it's a lot to take in at first, because if you've never seen this kit, you'd be like, whoa, grills are different. This whole area is different. And why am I seeing fins right here? It's a real lot to take in, but once you see this car in person, almost from every angle, it's so BMW M, it's crazy. But before we continue on with today's video, we get to thank the sponsor, which is Simply Carbon Fiber. So if you don't know by now, we've been working with Simply Carbon Fiber for years at this point. And they're known for selling some of the best carbon fiber accessories on the market, including their new line of colored forged carbon fiber, which is forged carbon fiber with colored flakes inside of them. They have blue, they have yellow, they have red, all colors under the sun. And their shade of blue is almost the exact same blue as the Portimao blue that came factory on my BMW M4. So we've been rocking these phone cases for the past couple of years. They're super strong, super lightweight, super durable, but more importantly, it's actually pretty heat resistant since this is real carbon fiber. But what's even better than that, they have other real carbon fiber accessories like watches, sunglasses, money clips, phone cases, rings, phone mounts, and more. But the best part about this is Simply Carbon Fiber is doing 25% off everything for the back to school sale, which ends on August 31st. So you guys want to hurry up, click the links in the description, or use the code BF10 for 10% off at simplycarbonfiber.com. And with that being said, let's continue on with today's video. So I really like to think of this car as it's kind of its own car, it's kind of its own look, which I think looks really good with the G82. Obviously the headlights, more specifically the laser lights, go super well with this kit. And then also this whole front end kit comes with a whole carbon fiber front lip that goes all the way around the car. And it also has a fin that comes up right here that matches that side skirt fin right here. And then we're eventually gonna get another fin back here. And then we're actually gonna widen the rear end as well, which will be nice to see. I have seen a handful of you guys comment about this front end kit and you guys don't like it or you don't understand it. Hopefully this gives you a little more context into some of the design language and logic that went involved with this kit. So good. So now you guys can kind of understand. Now looking at the front end of this car, what we've done to it, and where those design inspirations came from the 3.0 CSL, and then kind of realizing like not many people have this kit. This is an extremely rare kit. This is the only kit right now in America. I think the only kit outside of Asia. So combine just the looks of the car now with the drivability, the performance, interior technology. It really is at this point just a very complete package. And the thought of selling something that's kind of special at this point, it kind of just seems like a stupid or idiotic idea to me. And I'm somebody who looks for reasons to sell and kind of create a new opportunity for myself, and you know, maybe use the money from, like, for example, this car, and apply it to a cool car like an M5CS, a fully factory car. Would rarely ever modify it, but it would hold value, and you know, maybe sell that car for something else in the future. But I'm realizing with this car and this build, it's kind of getting me away from that ideology and that way of thinking, because now I'm just realizing with this kind of car and customizing it to my liking, how I want it, it brings a whole different kind of fulfillment and joy to the car ownership experience. You know, maybe it's because I'm maturing, and who knows, maybe have a little more money to work with, and I'm able to do this kind of stuff that I've never been able to do with any other build on this channel, my M5, my F82, M4, etc. But now I'm really kind of seeing a whole different side of car ownership that is really, really kind of addicting, but more so just fulfilling, and I really enjoy as a car enthusiast. And that's the beauty of the G8X generation. G82, G80 does not matter. You have so many different options to choose from when you're looking to modify a car. You can change the whole front end to about 3 or 4 different types of designs as far as just the grills. They have different types of fender kits for this car that you can get the carbon bucket seats that I got from factory. But in addition to that, there's other carbon pieces you can add to this car. They have the M Performance armrest. There's a lot of parts that you can spec this car out with that are completely OEM M Performance parts. So that's a whole nother thing. You have aftermarket, sure, but M Performance alone and the M division allows you a lot of creativity in the modification department, and that's arguably the biggest thing I love about this car. It's the fact that everybody's G80 is different for the most part. And what I like is going to the meets, and with these cars, there's not one G80 that's always the same to the next. As you guys can see, we have the M4 parked up. Look, obviously we're not done with this wrap so far. We do have a few pieces to kind of fix on this car, including the door handles. But nevertheless, you can come around back, and the color is really popping here today. And more importantly, you can just see those wheels, those from Forged Light, the FL1 series wheels, looking absolutely amazing. But across the street, we have a whole proper BMW car event at BMW of Sherman Oaks. And you can see police have showed up here strong today. This is actually the 3rd or 4th cop car that we've seen since we've just parked up here. And I must say, I have not been to a BMW M meet in quite some time, at least at a dealership, so it's real cool to see all these cars out here today. Very nice M2CS. He's got the yellow DRLs as well, the gold wheels. But what's cool about these cars is it has a carbon fibered roof, but in like a checkered pattern. It's really cool. But then over here is a very nice brownish kind of purplish color on this F80 M3, a frozen white M8 Grand Coupe competition. I think we've seen this one before. It's got the full carbon fiber bucket seats on the interior, Alcantara everywhere. Very nice spec. And I want to say this thing has downpipes as well, so it sounds really good too. You can see there's another M8 next to that coupe. Got a nice red R8 over there, but look at this M4 Brooklyn gray. And then we have a frozen black F80 M3, 4-door, lowered, carbon bits everywhere. Looks really. It's always nice to see this car. This is actually a supercharged E46 M3 in Alpine white. It's got the nice Volt wheels, but interior-wise, red interior with bucket seats from Recaro. It's very cool. Over here, I mean, come on now, X6M. Would love to own one of these cars and tune it and build it for you guys. Maybe do some kind of winter build with this car would be awesome. It has to be one of my favorite cars here today, a Laguna Seca Blue G80 M3 manual. It's got Volk wheels on it as well, but it's got the same color interior as my car. And just the fact that it's a manual as well, it's facelift, really cool. This color is obviously very rare on this car. It's nice to see it here today. We also have a nice E92 M3. But this is a familiar car we've seen up at Vile Motorsport when they're doing the work on my G82. And you can see there's Kevin's E92 M3 Lime Rock Edition. We actually drove this car, did a proper review on it from POV perspective. So you should definitely go check that out. He's got all the orange accents you want on it. It's DCT as well. It's got those nice boxing gloves in there as well. But the front end of these cars, definitely my favorite, especially in a color like this. Looks super good. If we go inside the showroom, you see they have some very nice M cars here for sale, including the Santorini Blue G80 M3, and has the white interior, the individual spec white, which is very nice on this car. I like that. There's more M3 G80s. This one has red bucket seats. And this is kind of like, I think, black sapphire metallic. M8 coupe here, kind of like a caramel peanut butter interior on that. And there's another M3 comp right there, also has bucket seats. This is also a very nice M2 in the frozen spec. It's like a frozen gray. You can kind of see those bucket seats there on the interior. It's gotta be really nice on an M2, little slot car like this. I can't imagine people tuning these cars. This is the first time I'm seeing one in this type of stealth color. And I gotta say, I like the stealth colors better on this generation M2 than any other color I've seen so far. For sale, I mean, this is the LCI, so you can see the badge is different. It has alloy trim, but it's actually a black badge, which is really nice. I think we're gonna add that badge to my trunk. And also these taillights we've got to add as soon as possible as well. With the wheels on this, the wheels with the black paint, the red interior with the bucket seat, phenomenal. And there's a couple more M2s over there for sale as well. A gray one and a baby blue one. But that'll pretty much do it for today's quick video. We do have a few more parts that are currently on the way for the G82 M4 right now, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be installing those in the next few videos. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check us out on Instagram at Beemer Fam. I'll see you guys in the next video.